very much. Listen, this is a real treat for me. It's really nice to get gold discs and things, but it's really just as nice to actually give them away. But you got something wrong, actually. Hank's record actually went cardboard. But it gives me great pleasure, particularly as I was featured on it. He very kindly asked me to sing some backing vocals. But it's quite an achievement in this day and age with all the competition flying around to actually sell records. So, Hank, congrats, mate.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Now, it goes without saying that behave. Obviously, these chaps go back quite a long way, and I remember the shows from the 70s when I was at school. I mean, who can forget those clothes, those haircuts, but most importantly, those jokes.
I know.
Yeah. You asleep?
Yeah.
Well, you're not now, are you?
What did you want to wake me up for?
Well, I can't sleep. It's too light.
Well, try pulling the curtains across.
I've tried that. Look.
Well, it's not that bright anyway.
Not bright? Do you know, I've got a better suntan lying here in bed than I did on the beach.
Good morning.
Morning.
And welcome to Finland. May I see your passport and passport photograph, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Hey, you appear to have made a good impression.
Not half as good as you.
How do you mean?
Well, I gave them your passport by mistake.
Oh, they don't. Thank heavens they don't.
The question is, what was funnier, though, the haircut, the clothes, or the gags?
I think it was all funny. I mean, it was a funny period, wasn't it?
It was a wonderful period.
Now, when you first met, what did you think of each other?
Oh,
The very first.
well, I asked Cliff to dance.
And I accepted.
And then you won the competition, and that was it.
We did. Actually, Cliff was being fitted for his famous pink jacket. Do you remember the pink jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see. And Bruce and I were
Came up to meet me
the
there.
tailors, and Cliff looked at us and kind of sneered at us, as only he can. Really. And we sneered back at him. And then we became good sneerers.
That was the first time, although, I mean, I mentioned it on stage that, in fact, I tried to get started in the Two Eyes Coffee Bar. And in fact, unknown to me, you and Bruce were both down there, but they were actually, I think you were serving the orange juice, weren't you, and the cappuccinos and stuff, which is a good job to fall back on if all of this falls through.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we didn't actually meet then, but that's right. In fact, the guy that was acting as my manager at the time, John Foster, came back to me. I just got the chance to be on this massive tour with the Kaelin Twins, and I needed some extra help, obviously. And he came back and he said, I've seen this guy. He looks like Buddy Holly. He plays like, what's his name? Burton.
Burt Whedon.
Burt Whedon. And Burt Whedon. Ricky Nelson's guitarist. And I said, well, we've got to meet. And that's how we did. And I was about to become the best-dressed pop star of the time. And so we decided to meet in the Taylors.
It was great.
The shows and the movies, I have to say, did come across as being good fun. Were they good fun when you made them?
Oh, they were. I mean, I look back on it now thinking they actually paid us to do that. I mean, it wasn't a lot compared to what they get now.
They paid you?
Oh, didn't they get, you didn't get paid. Oh, didn't you get paid? Oh, I'd sue somebody. No, it was great fun, wasn't it? I mean, that's all it was, really. It was a lot of fun. There was no great depth to any of the stories. It was a vehicle for us to have guitars and sunshine and try and create a happy mood.
Well, you got the guitar. How good a guitarist is this man?
Compared to who?
Your good self.
Compared to you.
I think compared to you is brilliant.
Yes, compared to your good
Now,
self.
Cliff is actually very underrated. In fact, I was speaking to someone just the other day who they're going to interview you last night for a guitar magazine about your guitar playing.
Golden Gill Trap.
Cliff does a lot of accompanying work to his singing, his own accompaniment.
His own accompaniment.
And I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for.
I just do what I need to do to get by, really. In fact, funnily enough, it's probably because of the Shadows that I stopped playing, because they were so good. I just went out front and wiggled a few hips around, you know. And you see, it was worth it after all.
So could you get by for us just now, then?
Oh, I could get. What are you going to do, though?
The one we talked about earlier on.
The one we rehearsed.
Oh, that one. Oh, good.
Oh, good, okay.
What was it?
I'll start.
Travelling light.
Oh, follow me.
See? Brilliant.
Right.
Don't put me off. Got no bags and baggage to slow me down. Well, I'm traveling so fast, my feet ain't touching the ground. Traveling light, traveling light. No. I just can't wait to be with my baby tonight. No, I mean, no, don't join in. I got no comb and no toothbrush. I got nothing to haul. I'm carrying only a pocket full of dreams, a heart full of love, and they weigh nothing at all. Soon I'm gonna see that love look in your eyes.
In your eyes.
Well, I'm a hoot and a holler away from paradise. Traveling light, traveling light. Well, I just can't wait to be with my baby tonight.
I think I'll take a solo here.
Will you?
Showing off now.
Absolutely, lightning fingers. Traveling light, traveling light. That is so sweet. Well, I've got no comb and no toothbrush. Got nothing to haul. I'm carrying only a pocket full of dreams, a heart full of love, and they weigh nothing at all. Soon I'm gonna see that love look in her eyes. Well, I'm a hoot and a holler away from paradise. Traveling light.
It's a big finish.
I just can't wait to be with my baby tonight. I'll have another hum.
From what the words?
Oh. Well, I just can't wait, and I'm a traveling light.
Yeah! You never lose it. You never lose it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Well, we've lost it a couple of times, but we found it again.
Oh, dear. No, we just got time. It's a very busy time ahead for both of you. The album's still out. You're on tour. Your tour just opened in Birmingham during the week as well. You've got a new Christmas single coming out.
With Phil Everly.
Yeah.
I mean, I work with all sorts of legends, and it's great. I mean,
He's not proud, are you?
No, I'm not proud. I'll sing with anybody.
And tennis, of course. Where would Birmingham
Well,
be without your tennis?
Well, both.
Christmas time.
Hank very kindly offered to play tennis this year. We're at the NIA, and we're there on the 17th. You're going to be
I think they might be there as well.
Yeah, well, it's a great evening. I mean, in point of fact, I hold the crown there at the moment, but I could well lose it because he's really good. I usually invite people to be on it that can't play, Hank.
Can I?
That's why I was there last year.
Can I
Fine,
tell
yes.
him what you said to me? Cliff said, hey, he said, do you mind when it's all over if we sing Travelling Like a Living Doll? I said, no problem. He said, but only if I win.
Well, I won't be able to sing if I'm crying.
Oh, dear. No, it's actually National Schools Meals Week right across the UK.
Oh, is it?
Did you have a school dinner?
Yeah, I love school dinners. I mean, as you can see from Hank, he did as well.
His went right down his waistcoat, I think, by the looks of it.
I used to love it. I mean, I can remember, I used to swap food. You know, I used to be a real dessert man. I love puddings, and I used to say, well, I'll give you my meat if I can have your custard, or you can have my potatoes if I can have whatever you got for pudding. And I'd end up with this great plate of pudding.
I can imagine it now.
Really bad for you, which is probably why I had a weight problem when I finally could afford to eat properly.
Yeah, just piled it all on there.
Piled it all on, mostly sweet things too.
Well, Christmas is always a very special time. It wouldn't be Christmas without your tennis and without your single as well. Look forward to all that. And, of course, continue good luck with the tours.
Thank you, Ross.
You guys must just, when you're on stage playing all the hits, it must take about 6 hours for each gig.
It is taking me about 3 at the moment to do all my top 5, yes.
Are you doing them slower than normal then?
No.
We're going to hear another one now.
No, I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're not going to do it. Cliffy's taking the half now. No. We're going to hear you now. We're going to hear you sing.
Okay.
Living Doll.
Thank you.
Yes. Cliff, Hank, Brian's there as well. Oh. That's really it for today. I shall be back next Tuesday. Meanwhile, let's go with more music from Cliff, Hank, and Brian. Living Doll.
I got myself a crying, talking,
sleeping, walking, living doll. I got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll. I got a roving eye and that is why she satisfies my soul. I got the one and only walking, talking, living doll. Take a look at her hair. Well, it's surreal, and if you don't believe what I say, just feel. Gonna lock her up in a trunk so no bigger hunk can steal her away from me. Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll. I got a roving eye and that is why she satisfies my soul. I got the one and only walking, talking, living doll. Taking it solo. Look at her hair. Well, it's surreal, and if you don't believe what I say, just feel. Gonna lock her up in a trunk so no bigger hunk can steal her away from me. Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll. Oh yeah, I got a roving eye and that is why she satisfies my soul. I got the one and only walking, talking, living doll.